specialist. Welcome to Plus 275, the segment that gives you the opportunity to listen and watch your people who are asking for your mandate to represent you in Parliament, and exactly why you think that they should be the ones to represent. This morning, we're staying in the Greater Accra region. Our focus is in the district, but perhaps will be key to watch in 2016. That constituency, the Weija Gbawe constituency, is one that will be keenly contested, particularly because I love women when they contest for political positions. And this morning, the studio is in such a wonderful state. Three beautiful, energetic, experienced ladies here, and they will tell us why they think they should represent the Weija Gbawe constituency. Now, it was an all-women affair in the last elections in 2012 and 2016 too. It is likely to be the same until perhaps the EC tells us that a man has picked a form somewhere to be part of the process. This morning, three of them are seated here, and I'll tell you who they are on Plus 275 this morning. They are ready to do the battle for the Weija Gbawe constituency, and from the camp of the NPP, she said the NPP is going to dominate the constituency once again in 2016, and she says she's gone all the way to speak to them, and the people are ready to elect her to represent them in Parliament. I'm talking about Tina Gifty Na Ayele Mensah, the NPP's candidate for the Weija Gbawe constituency. Madam Tina, I'm grateful for your time this morning.
Thank you.
And how is the constituency receiving you?
Tremendous.
And sure, December, you are the one to represent them.
Sure.
I'm grateful for your time. Madam Tina Gifty Na Ayele Mensah is representing the NPP in the Weija Gbawe constituency. From the camp of the PPP, she says she goes by the name Adwa Ghana, meaning that she intends to take Ghana on her shoulders and take her to the next level of development. And she is representing the Progressive People's Party, Papa Preku, to contest that seat. And she just told me before we went on air that she's the one going to get the nod to represent Weija Gbawe constituency. I'm talking about Jessica Manuel of the PPP. Madam, good morning to and welcome to Plus 275.
Good morning.
And I'm sure Adwa Ghana is being received well in Weija Gbawe.
Very, very well.
And the responses are great.
Very, very good.
I am grateful and welcome once again.
Thank
From
you.
the camp of the NDC, she's been there before. She attempted in the last elections, but lost to her contender. But this time she says she's ready to take up the mantle, and she has been assured by the people that indeed she's the one they want in Parliament. I'm talking about Obobia Daku Opoku of the NPP. Madam, grateful too for your time this morning.
Thank you very much for allowing me
And
to
how is the response from Weija
Very
Gbawe?
well. History is about to be made.
Oh, I see. Grateful for your time. Ladies, I'm grateful for your time this morning, and we are letting you know that these are the persons contesting the Weija Gbawe constituency, and all that you're preaching is a battle of ideas amongst them and who you think is the best person to represent you there. But before we go on, I want you to exchange pleasantries, handshake, because we are forging unity ahead of 2060. So let's see you exchange greetings by way of handshake. Yes, these are beautiful. You can even give yourself a hug if you can get off your seat. All that we're preaching is peace and unity. It is only a battle of ideas ahead of December 7. Once again, welcome. This is Plus 275. The conversation is starting right now. Great. Now, let me start with you, Madam Tina Gifty Na Ayele Mensah. Now, Weija Gbawe constituency. You are contesting. The incumbent is from your party, and you are new there. Weija Gbawe constituency. What is it that you think you have that they should elect you to lead them to Parliament on December 7, 2016? In 2 minutes, tell me all that you think.
Okay. I thought I would be allowed to rest for a while. So I just entered that.
All right.
It doesn't
please
matter.
go.
First and foremost, let me say a good morning to your viewers, especially those of my constituency, Weija Gbawe. And then let me thank you for the opportunity given to me here today to express some of the concerns of my constituents. I entered into this race or this contest with one notion that I want to be, or I am, because I found myself in a position whereby I've been organizing people, I've been dealing with a whole bunch of people since I started my political terrain. I was the national deputy women's organizer recently. I was a national women's secretary some time ago. I have been the women organizer from the inception of our party. And, you know, going to parliament is about mobilizing the people, uniting the people for a work done. And since I have that experience, I have fraternized with all kinds of people. And I know how to listen to people and articulate their views. And I'm down to earth. I'm open-hearted, hopeful. And then I think I'm always there to help the people, my constituents, to serve, selfless. I'm also honest to the people. And I think I'm ready to serve them, and they are going to give me the mandate to serve them.
I am grateful. Tina Gifty Naili, a minister of the NPP. She says she is open-hearted and ready to serve the people. That's why she thinks Weija Gbawe will fall for her. Let me go to the woman who described herself as the one to lead the party. She says she's called Adwoa Ghana. Madam Adwoa Ghana, so let me come to the PPP says that it is indeed a party to take Ghana to the next level. What do you think Weija Gbawe has seen in you, and so they will elect you to represent them in Parliament? In 2 minutes, you can also try and convince your voters.
Thank you very much, Bright. And then good morning to your listeners, and good morning to my daddy, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum, Ejumera, my national chairman, and all the founding members of PPP and Weija Gbawe constituency people. This morning, what I would like to tell the whole world and Weija Gbawe constituency is that, you know, job is everybody's #1 priority. And then because of that, in Weija Gbawe constituency, a lot of youth has completed school, they are in the house and they are not working. So in this case, our #1 priority in the PPP is about job creation. And you could see, and everybody could see, that our flag bearer, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum, has created a lot of jobs. And the MP is supposed to liaise with the flag bearer to make sure that the people of Weija Gbawe constituency will get jobs. And that is exactly why people in Weija Gbawe constituency should vote for me, because I will make sure they will be put into jobs and they will never sit in a house and then their parents will be feeding them after school and they don't have food to be after school and they don't have work to be doing. So we are talking about jobs, and job is everybody's #1 priority. If you don't have a job and you are at church and they say you should contribute, you cannot contribute. If you don't have a job and you are in your community and there is a contribution, you cannot contribute. And if you don't have a job and you are in your community and there is a contribution, you cannot contribute. So job is everybody's #1 priority, and PPP is telling Weija Gbawe constituency to vote for PPP and Adwoa Ghana for full employment. Weija Gbawe constituency people must vote for PPP and Adwoa Ghana for full employment.
I am grateful, Adwoa Ghana of the Progressive People's Party, led by Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum. She says, vote PPP, vote Adwoa Ghana, vote Jessica Manuel for full employment. I'm grateful. Now let me go to the NDC candidate, Obobia Dako Poku. Now, you were there, and in 2016 you are there again. What is it that you think that Weija Gbawe has seen in you, and so they should vote for you to lead them in Parliament? In 2 minutes, you can start now.
Obviously, I'm sure that since I lost the 2012 elections, I've been there for the people for 4 years. We've gone through infrastructural development, we've gone through healthcare, we've gone through jobs for the boys. Although we can't say that we're going to employ the youth all at the same time. The National Youth Authority is giving out the youth employment. So far, we have about 700 youth that have been taken on to that project. So clearly, you should know that there's somebody there who clearly cares about the people. Going into Parliament is not about sitting in your 4x4, going to Parliament in the morning, coming home to sleep and forgetting about the people. It's the people who put you there. You need to be there for the people. And that's exactly what I am. And they themselves know, they've seen it, they've been able to attest to the fact that
Obobia is always there for people. At the end of the day, humanity is my passion. Everything that concerns human beings is my passion, and exactly that is what the constituency needs. Gone are the days when the constituency clearly, even when it rains, people are sleeping on their beds and thinking how they are going to step out of their constituencies. But by the grace of God, we are getting there, and I know that they will make a decision that after 12 years, they need to change the political party that has been consistently winning elections in that constituency and try another person so that Weija Gbawe constituency can become one of the top constituencies in Ghana.
I am grateful. She is representing the National Democratic Congress in that constituency, the Weija Gbawe constituency. Ladies, I'm grateful for your initial comments. Let's now jump into specific issues. Now, I'm starting with you, Adwoa Ghana. You have already mentioned that your party is looking at creation of jobs. But is it the major challenge you have identified in Weija? And if it's indeed the major challenge, what are the particular steps you're taking to deal with it? If that is not a major challenge, what major challenge have you identified in Weija Gbawe, and how do you intend to resolve it when you're elected as a member of parliament? In 2 minutes, please start.
Okay, thank you very much. I've already said job creation is our strength. That is the PPP. And then that is what we found in Weija Gbawe. There are a lot of people, the youth especially, who do not have jobs. And then because of that, I'm saying that Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom says the name is a Jumera. I'm riding on that. And I said it is the MP. If I become an MP, I have to talk to my presidential candidate about my people in the constituency for them to be enrolled into the jobs that he's going to create and the ones that he has created already. So that is the problem in our community. With the youths are walking about aimlessly, they are not having any job. So it is the vision of Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom saying that job is our #1 priority, and everybody in Weija Gbawe constituency and Ghana could see that he has not been the flag bearer, but he has created a lot of jobs, and he has employed direct and indirect 50,000 people. So in this case, somebody who has not been a president, that shows that when he's giving the nod, I'm going to be the middleman to make sure that he enroll my people in my constituency into those jobs that he's going to create. That is exactly what I'm going to do in my constituency for the youth and those who do not have jobs. Thank you so much. I'm
grateful, Jessica Manuel of the PPP, for your submission. Let me come to Obobia now. She has identified unemployment as a big issue in the Weija Gbawe constituency. But you earlier had spoken about Youth Employment Agency. Perhaps you can react quickly to what she said. She says there's youth unemployment, but you think that the youth there are getting some job. Can you reconcile the two?
It's a process. We haven't said that we have employed all the youth of the streets in the constituency. It's a process that has started nicely because all of a sudden within about 6 months that this thing was introduced, we've been able to put about 700 of the youth on there. Clearly it's a process. It will not happen in a day. So I understand what she's saying. We all have been used to it. In 2012, when we used to go onto the campaign trail and all, we used to see a lot of the youth are sitting outside playing draft, attire joints, superbet, all these gaming centers and all. They are full to capacity because the youth are not getting jobs. I have not said that it's completely solved, but I say that it's a process. It started. Everybody who has gone to the municipal assembly has seen that the National Youth Employment Authority office there has done a lot of work. Just about a month ago, they did a graduation for about 240 health assistants for the 3 constituencies under the South Municipal Assembly, and that's impressive.
I'm grateful for your reaction there. I'll come back to you for your major question, but Madam Tina Giftina Ayele Mensah, let me come to you.
I hope you go to the major question first.
Exactly, I'll do that.
So I hope you go that first.
I'll do that.
So do that.
I'll do that. Let me come to you quickly. Now, what is the major challenge, problem you have identified in Weija Gbawe? And when you get the nod to represent the people, how do you intend to resolve the problem that you have identified.
You come to the program too. You are then giving me the question. So you go to your main program, your main question to my sister before you coming to me.
Okay, so you want to react to what she said?
No.
My main question hasn't
Your main
come.
question hasn't come.
I just reacted to what
she said.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Madam Tina, you want Madam Obobia to tell us what she has identified first?
Yeah.
Grateful. I'm grateful, Madam Tina Ayele Mensah. I'm grateful. Obobia, so she's suggesting that perhaps you tell us exactly what you have identified in Weija Gbawe and how you intend to resolve it if given the mandate.
Sure, I have lived in the constituency for 15 years, and that's quite a lot of years to live in a constituency, to understand the situation, to know the problems in the constituency. I think that a major issue in the constituency is infrastructural development. We have problems with flooding, we have problems with our roads, drainages are choked. Clearly, the moment it rains, the whole constituency has to come to a standstill. When you go to Malam, it's the same. When you go to New Weija, it's the same. When you go to Weija, it's the same. When you go to Tetogo, where my sister lives, it's the same. So clearly, we need to deal with infrastructural development so far as the constituency is concerned. And let me say thank you to His Excellency, the President, John Dramani Mahama, with his able Chief Executive, Mr. Akwe Thompson. They have done a fantastic job so far as putting the infrastructural development in the constituency together. Major roads in the constituencies are being worked on. Drainages are coming up. The major problem was the Malam Junction flooding. I'm sure you know about it. When the rains come, I'm sure you see the problem that we go through there. By the grace of God, that contract has been given out, and that is the Bale drain. The local government has given it out for construction. I'm sure you've seen that the total filling station has been collapsed completely, and then there's work being done there. I'm sure you've seen the Chinese people. So next year by this time, there won't be flooding at Malam Junction. That's a step in the right direction. When at the end of the day, you go into the short-term process of solving some of these major problems, and then eventually you see that there's some joy coming, because at the end of the day, the major project has been given out and the contractors are on site. If you go into New Weija, their problem is the Kokojo drainage. All of a sudden, by the grace of God and Hydro, that one too has been given out to contract. They are working on it. So clearly, you know that there's some good news coming next year. By the time the rains come in, those flooding and all the issues that we get so far as our flooding issues are concerned will be solved by next year. Then we go into our roads, we go into our drainages. Every house in that constituency, apart from those who live on the major roads that are being done by His Excellency the President of the Municipal Assembly, has a problem with a gutter, a culvert or something. People simply have sealed the front of their gates just because when it rains, the whole place floods, and they simply cannot leave their gates like just as normal as
30 more seconds.
So at the end of the day, infrastructure development is my main issue. If you have been following me, you know that that's what we have been tackling for a long time, and we're still on the ground. And we know that by the end of the day, as the people make a decision to change the NPP, who has been in power for 12 years, and bring the NDC candidate in 2016, those problems will eventually be solved.
Obobia Dako Poku is the NDC candidate for the Weija Gbawe constituency, asking for your mandate to represent you. Now, also here is Madam Tina Ayele Mensah of the NPP. Now, Madam Tina, I'm not coming to you now. What have you also identified? Your contenders has identified one, unemployment, and then infrastructure development. Perhaps, what is it that you think you have seen in Weija Gbawe, and how do you intend to resolve it when you get the nod to represent them? In 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, there might be people who may not know the constituency so well. So I'd like to give them that insight of the constituency. The constituency Weija Gbawe is made up of 7 electoral areas, which is made up of New Gbawe, Weija, New Weija, McCarthy, Oblogo, Tetegu, Malam. And then there are communities under it like SEC, Tobes, Malam, Kokroko, Yuabomang, Upper Weija, Baller Road, Paradise, etc. So if you live around this area, then you are living in my constituency. The voter population is getting a little over 90,000, and the people, the residents are mainly bankers. They are doctors, they are artisans, traders, and all sort of teachers, and all sort of, and it also falls under the Ghana South Municipal Assembly, which includes Obom Domiabra, and then Englishy, Amanflo. To go on further, I think people living around this area will identify with me, whatever I say here. It is not about talking and letting the people know this is this and this. They know what is this. They know the problem that they are facing. The major problem we are facing in Weija Gbawe, it is our drainage, and then our how to get access to our various accessible roads. We have unemployment, which is a huge thing out there. We have our health, and then demarcation, like my sister talked about. The main employment, the two, if I'm going to take two of the issues, is our drainage system, and then the accessible make it three accessible roads, and then our unemployment. When you come to the drainage, like my sister said, maybe something has been done about it, but nothing is being done as at now. As I'm telling you, we don't know about the next 3 months what is going to be done, as it has not been done in the last 8 years. Because when it rains and you get up to go around your constituency to go and see places like the Weija, how do you call it? The lower Weija, that is the new Weija, mine where I live, where my sister lives, where it's a major thing. And the Malam, of late I heard they've started this a drainage coming from Malam there. That was it. They have not got into anywhere. What we need now is we need something like the Alajo. The main drain that Kufuor's time was constructed out there. You know, formerly when it rains in Alajo, you hear people saying people are dying, people are falling into the water, and then they are being washed away. When Kufuor had the mind of constructing that drainage system, it has kept that. You don't hear that again about Alajo. I think we need something to be constructed right from the SCC across board to the whole constituency. It is not about 30 days wonder that you have to put something there you don't finish before you go out of power. And I think we have a problem with the unemployment youth. You know, you can at times you can deceive the people, but you cannot deceive them for a quite number of years, because these are the people. Even when we were in power, during Ayoko's time, when the 3 constituencies were won, at least people cannot testify to how many people Ayoko employed.
30 more seconds.
Yes, how many people employed. Now you go there, none has been employed, nothing has been done about it. Kufuor, our Excellency, past President Kufuor, had the mind of creating jobs. Some of the jobs that were created, this youth employment thing, all this metro bus transport, and then this school feedings, employed certain people into it. Ask yourself, how many jobs have been created again that we have our youth absorbed into those jobs? So that means it is a huge problem, and we can't deceive ourselves that the youth are being employed. They are really angry. They want to have a job, and they are waiting for Nana Addo's one factory, one district to get them jobs to do.
I am grateful. Tina, I'll get you the chance to react quickly, but let me put in a few questions. Now, your contender from the NEC camp is suggesting that some work is being done on the drainage problem. Madam Tina, are you suggesting that no such work is being done?
I said, when you go to, I've seen a work being done from the Malam, that from Malam coming. I was told an NGO plus assembly is trying to do something. I went there to check it for myself, and I saw some little. But it is. I don't know whether I should say it is late or it is not late, or whether it is about vote buying thing to just deceive the people or not. Because it is 3 months. We have had this problem for quite a long time. And let me correct something. My sister always is fan of saying 12 years of us being in power. If you are in power, the government is in power, not the MP. The MP, you have a limitation to whatever the physical and then the developmental structures you can put in place. It is your government that will help you do those things. And it's you by liaising with the assembly, and then like my sister really thanked the president for doing well, because the president has empowered the assembly, and then they've been doing what she thinks they've been doing. That is it. But if an MP comes, like my MP, who is there and will walk to the assembly and would like to have something done, and then it wouldn't be done, everything is about politics, and then she wouldn't be allowed to have her own way to do things in the constituency. How do you say in 12 years? There was another 12 years before the 12 years. That it was an NDC all the way. Before Ayoko came to take off the throne. So NDC has been there 12 years. NPP has been there 12 years. And the 12 years of NDC, they are lucky. They came with their president, and now they are there with their president. We are not such lucky, but I know this time we are going to be there with my president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, that butcher of Ghana. The man with peace, full of patience, the man is going to be there.
I'm grateful.
The man will transform Ghana for us.
I'm grateful. Tina give Tina elements as represent the NPP in the Weija Gbawe constituency. Adwagana of the PPP. Let me, I'll get to that intervention, but let me quickly go to Madam Jessica Manuel, because she also raised an issue of employment. Now, the contender from the NDC camp is suggesting that some work is being done by way of employment. A youth employment agency has recently graduated some people. Now, you spoke about the fact that unemployment is a big challenge. I'm asking that, have you not seen perhaps what the District Assembly is doing by way of getting these youth there some employment? Madam Adwagana, this question goes to you.
District Assembly
exactly
having employment for the youth in Weija Gbawe. We have not seen anything. What that was in 2014 or 2013. They made some youths learn how to do beats, and they didn't even give them capital to start the beats doing. If you teach somebody how to do something and you don't give them capital to start doing what you've taught them, like then it's better you've not done nothing. So me, I have not seen anything there. They have not employed anybody. The District Assembly has not done nothing. The youth are really angry. They don't have jobs and nothing has been done there. So the thing is that the NDC must go. Apostle Ombejemu. They should go. I'm
grateful. Adwagana of the PPP. There. Now, Obobia, you can't the chance to read, because some issues have been raised about the drainage that you said is being done, the fact that some training is being done for some youth. You have a chance to react now.
I am certain if my sister says that it's something that is being done for political reasons because it's 3 months to elections. But every now and then we have said that the short-term interventions were the ones that were being made. Basically, this contract has been given out by the local government. There's a 7 million contract. That is a major contract that is going on in that area. I'll encourage her. Maybe as she went there to see the workers, she should go to the municipal and get some information on that contract, and she will know that even as her government takes over, as she's saying in December, she will know that it's a project that would have been done, that whatever they intend to do will come and continue, but then they don't need to go back and deal with that situation. Let's give credit to when it is due. The Weija Gbawe constituency deals with streams. We have 3 big streams there, and that's what causes the flooding. When you go to the Malam area, they deal with the Bale. When you go to the new Weija area, they deal with the Kokojo stream. And then when you go to the new Gbawe area, they deal with the Lafa. And those are the ones that government are working on. So I'm telling you that it is not as a very little project that is just negligible. It's a major project that is going on there, and I wish that you could pass by and get some more information on that, so that at the end of the day, we don't trivialize what is being done, because it's a major project that even those who use, normally when it rains, even Malam Junction under the bridge, those coming from Kaneshi going to Kaswa and those coming from Kaswa towards, can simply not even go or even come, because the whole place would have been flooded to the brim. I'm sure that you heard the last time when it flooded and we had to bring engineers and planners to just come and create some part for the water to move away, so residents who were on their roofs and stuff like that could come down. So I'm telling you that sometimes it's good, no matter what position you belong to, opposition candidate, whatever it is, it's good to get some information, and all these informations are available at the municipal assembly, that you can simply walk and find out exactly what is happening there. If you go to the new Weija area, that's where the Kokojo is. Under the main highway, you will see the work being done there. So at the end of the day, if you're seeing it and you want some information on it, so that when you decide to go into a debate like this one, you can deal with issues and not rhetorics, then we can deal with that. Okay. It's also important that my sister says that the youth are very angry, they are not getting jobs and all that. I have made it clear here, and I will still repeat myself, that the NDC and the National Youth Authority has not taken all the youth in Weija Gbawe and given them jobs. It's a process. In any case, if you tell me that there's a difference between 12 years of your party being in power and there's a difference between 12 years of when is a parliamentary candidate, the parliamentary candidate, when they are campaigning, are promising the people that they will lobby, bring projects, solve issues in the constituency. So at the end of the day, when Ayoko Boche was MP for Weija Gbawe constituency, when it wasn't Weija constituency, when it wasn't divided, she was a deputy minister. Her president was president for 8 years. So that's the difference. So if in 4 years, Rosemond takes over, Rosemond is the MP, she knows where to go to lobby. The mere fact that her party is not in power doesn't mean that she should go to bed. She can still go and lobby for projects, move to the assembly. And who says that when you go to the assembly, you don't have access to get help for your people? She's
just alleging that when your party
So we take that as an allegation for now, but we will not accept it. The municipal assembly is open for everybody to go in there. The municipal assembly is open for everybody in the constituency, including ordinary people.
Okay, all right. I'm grateful. Madam Tina Mensah, you want a quick reaction?
Yeah, I'm happy my sister knows all that is going on in the assembly and what they are doing. And it is not like rattling and rattling. It is about talking with passion and saying what is there. Let me tell my sister, maybe she might be fortunate, and then every project or every commission, everything that the assembly does, they call her to go there.
Have you made the attempt to find out this information?
They won't give you information. They will even give you invite to go there. By the time you see your opponent, it's there with them, and then they even credit her with what they are doing. They are everywhere. People see it, or you don't say it. They are everywhere. You go to the assembly, you even want an information, they wouldn't be given to you. And so I can't come here and say, when I go to the assembly, the information is there. And of course, when your president is not prepared to work.
The president of Ghana, not her president.
When your president, my president as well. When your president is not prepared to work, if the money is not there for the assembly to do the work, you can go there and lobby and you will never find anything. And if people in the assembly wants to do politics with it, the MP, the city MP, cannot do anything. She must have all the skills that she can lobby with, but they will not give it to her, or they will not. It has been a number of occasions that even assembly people have gone to the assembly to go and have access to certain how do you call it, certain tools to go and work with, and it is not given to her. It is frustration here and there. And let me tell my sister, different parliament, I said, if you are going to parliament, how do you call it?
Your mandate?
No, not the mandate I want to talk about, but you are limited by law of what you can do. You cannot go out there and force the assembly to do anything. Right. But you have to influence. You have to have a nice person there. You have to have your nice way of talking to people. If they don't want you, you cannot do nothing. Ayoko came, and Ayoko was a deputy minister. Likewise, my sister is now. My sister is now more of a deputy minister. And so we assume the way the assembly calls her and she goes to the projects and everything, it is like she is the MP of the area. And she can do more than what even my MP is doing, because my MP will not be credited with anything at all.
I am grateful. So you have identified this as a problem where members of parliament are unable to work with assemblies. That's what Madam Tina and I'm sure Madam Adwogan is also suggesting. But let me quickly come back to the two of you. Let me begin with Jessica Manuel, aka Adwogan. Now, if this is a problem, assuming the people of Weija elect you as their MP and your government doesn't win the presidency, how do you intend to deal with it? Madam Adwogan, let's handle this one in 2 minutes.
I don't understand your question.
Okay, so you are elected, Adwogan is the president, is a member of parliament, and yet the president is not from your party. So the DCE isn't from your party. How do you intend to work now that you have identified that as a challenge?
Oh, this is so simple. What the PPP is saying, we have to make sure we vote for the DCE and the MMCs. It's because they are not voting for them. That is why they are doing what they are doing. So the PPP is saying that we should vote for the DCEs and the MMCs. So that when the DCE knows that in 4 years he is going out of his seat, he will make sure that he will sit up, and then he will make sure he will work. But this one, nobody knows the DC. So he goes around and take the property rate. He goes around and take the money from workers and then they don't do nothing. They use the money to do posters and T-shirts and buy pickups and then use it to help the government in power.
Okay, these are all allegations.
Comes, when PPP comes, we make sure that we vote for the DCs and the MMCs so that they will make sure that they will step up their game.
All right.
So that is what the PPP is going to do.
I'm grateful, Adwagan. Obobia, so if indeed this is a challenge, have you noticed it? And what would you do if you get the mandate of the people to deal with the problem where there is a kind of a rift between the assembly and then the sitting member of parliament?
And I just want to make it clear to my sisters that I disagree with their position. Because at the end of the day, then the people of Weija Gbawe should know that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to win again, so they should put Obobia there. Because clearly if you put an opposition MP there, what we have been told here is that clearly they can't do the work. Because they can't go to the municipal assembly, they can't get the jobs and nothing. So the people of Weija Gbawe, I'm sure they are watching, they should know that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or Twaso, Obobia should come and do the work. Because the opposition MPs clearly have shown us that they cannot do the work when NDC wins. That's the conclusion I get from these contributions that we are getting from here.
Tina is itching to make a reaction there.
I want to ask my sister, who told her that Mama is coming again? People of Nigerian Nation are crying for a change.
Don't we all have our opinions? You say that
yes,
I have my opinion. That's my opinion. You can't say who told me. That's my opinion.
No, yes, your
say
opinion.
yours and
Adwagan
listen
is suggesting that Dr. Indum is coming.
Yes, that's all. So that's my opinion. But don't say who told me. It's my opinion.
I said
and I stick to it. My president is winning.
You said the people of Weija should listen. This is what we
they have heard you clearly.
And I said,
you are telling us
the
sitting MPs difficulties in going to the district assembly.
Okay.
Can I land, madam?
No, you can't land. You are not on the floor. You can't land.
All right.
The thing, she cannot land because I'm on the floor.
Please,
okay, that's right. When you
go. So if you don't want me to say who told you, I withdraw that.
Yes.
But what I want to tell you is that President John Mahama is not winning today.
That's your opinion. You are the
judge.
So don't challenge me.
Now it's my opinion.
I'm saying that John Dramani Mahama, you cannot challenge me. Deal with the issue. When you said that Nanado is coming, I didn't say anything.
You said something.
I never said. I never commented about I said, that's my opinion. Let's get.
Okay, allow Tina to land and then we'll go on. Please, Tina, you land and then we can move on. We're getting ready to wrap.
Of course, your mama is not coming.
That's your opinion.
Okay. So what? Yes. My opinion. So what again?
Don't challenge what I'm saying.
Don't tell me it's my opinion. It is my opinion. It is not your opinion.
Okay, all right. Tina, please go ahead.
Yes, it is my opinion. It is not your opinion. I said your mama is not coming again. The people of Ghana want a change. They are tired. There are a lot of issues that needed to be tackled. The money is where the monies are going, and Ghanaians are being deprived of basic things. It is so sad that Ghanaians are looking for a change. And with me and my sister, we are talking about electing our DC. I think in the Nakupado, my party has also talked about electing our DC.
Okay. So that's how you also deal with this challenge. If you get the nod, you push for your government to elect MDC.
A new government is going to be formed. And that is what is going to happen when the new government is formed. So I don't foresee any problem of a DCE being there, and then we'll assign one person or we'll be inviting one person to show up everywhere that the DCE goes without inviting even common ceremonies. Other candidates that you will give respect to will not be invited there, and then it will be like a one-man party assembly. That
I'm grateful.
We are not going to have that kind of
thing
under either Indu or under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, because we are going to elect our DCs.
I'm grateful. Ladies, I'm grateful for your time this morning. But before we go, Weija Gbawe is a cosmopolitan area. And so in any local language that you're comfortable with, speak to the people you're watching, you're listening, and look into their eyes through our cameras and tell them why you think you are the best person to be elected to represent them. I'm beginning with Jessica Manuel Adwagan. You can start.
Thank you. Weija Gbawe for ene a me wa TV station obi antie mi asem e wo ho ne se eduma ene ye den ehia obi a na asem e wo ho ne se me papa Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom edumera o se one de eduma nko a ene che se obeye den obebiebi na che se nkofo enya eduma aye nti obi a wo Weija Gbawe constituency make sure say afi we ye ka se PPP a eye pre papa preko eye party papa pa bomodin say wo beto ama Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom any Adwagan na ye make sure say ye bebie nwuma mo amehu say ye mai and so you employ a nipa baako direct and indirect 50,000 into the one near Juma, o mame or ma we duane saa obey yew. You have to be your own hero, and you make sure you vote for Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum and Adwa Ghana. Na che we ni aje na Ghana for ni Weija Gbawe for nya obia so eni aje. PPP pray Papa pray.
Jessica Emmanuel is representing the PPP in the Weija Gbawe constituency. Obobia, it's your turn now. Any local language that the people there will understand, you can speak to them now.
And this was a John Mahama or Twaso. Yeah, Twaso Wampa. 4 years ni Weija Gbawe obi o ti obi onimobia John Mahama District Assembly ni ayetimi ayewo. All the major roads in the constituency ye hujuma. What in Malam to Gbawe Chief's Palace asphalt. What is CP? Ye kwan and CP 35 years. Ye kwan ye drainages ewie ye fele kwan. Wo call top base kwan no. In confess won am rock so na wonante mo am cross alone ka mo ntimi mfa ho. And ye kwan. Wo call Oblogo to Weija asphalt, street lights uncountable, drainages, school buildings, it be commission here. So you should know that 4 years of President Mahama, Weija Gbawe has transformed. That's why almost say we are transforming lives. We are changing Ghana. So at the end of the day, we know that comparing to the 12 years that members of parliament have been from the MPP in Weija Gbawe constituency hono NDC for my record is there clear for everybody to see. It is not about Waba power and a municipal assembly for and you. It is about say a wakumoma nipa ho ewo wakumum and sa obetimi movie akoye nipa no do mo ankasa mo nim nipa ene mo wo ho 4 years ago obobi obaye owie yonkoda aye oda so gina ne naso me papa John Dramani Mahama so de mo ankasa mo nim omo se omo pese omo hu ejuma awaye no omo no mo hu Ghana fo de omo hu se bebi a obefa bia kwan papa da ho hospitals akese universities ni nyama yesisi nya nti JM Twaso Obobia so beba.
Obobia Dako Opoko is representing the NDC in the constituency. Madam Tena, give Tina elements a time now for you to any local dialect that your people will understand you.
Ayo nyemegame. Weija Gbawe bi nyelenche nyina yekwa benetomo so lonupa ni nko nupa. Onupa akenyi omahi eshiba. Weija Gbawe bi min Kenya keke bi ehye yekwa washinemi. Ake mu hwe mu asetre mu na mu fanto baba. Cannot you cannot call one cannot kind can boyo ataje Joe allo hey ni atawo more than ata yelente nyesanini Weija Gbawe for me catch them vote na ye ko vote no afi election no it is about who our sitting it is about youth employment it is about say wo wokoto aba no ubeto abapa amana na adodankwa akufuado na watu amana ayele mensa odi panyine ye ni adwen ni ahobrase ene ode adimoni kan ma ye bi pay me din krofo anim ma mo abankrofo ano ye ko votu emma picture ya ye di asensen ho a ye ho aye fa ye di ye votu emma please ye votu emma ya ochiche sika ma ye ye di to aba ye votu amobia ye suma no parliament no okojira no waka yasem ama wiasefo nyina ate yenka wo ma beboa ye mo na mo wo ho no adwuma wona na akufado nsem one district one factory wodwuma no na da ho no ye be ye bo drainage sama ye be ye bibia ama mo
I am grateful, ladies. Give yourself a handshake. Let me see you in a handshake, all of you. Perhaps you can even get up and give yourself a hug. I know ladies like hugging a lot, so let's see you hugging each other. I'm grateful for your time this morning. Yes, I want to see the NDC MPP candidate. I am grateful. I am so grateful. I want to see the hug. I want to see the hug. I want to see the hug. I am so grateful for your time this morning. I am so grateful for your time. Tina Ayele Emensa is representing the NPP. And Obobia Dako Opoko is representing the NDC. And Jessica Manuel, a.k.a. Adwa Ghana, is representing the PPP. I'm so grateful for your time this morning. We're grateful. We wish you all the best, and I'm sure we'll have you in our studios before December 7. Have a great day. Those of you who watched us in your homes, thanks so much for watching.